If you can only pack what really matters to you, what will you bring? Will my beloved 1000-item clothing collection that I cherish so much fit in this tiny van? When you own so much stuff, it can feel so overwhelming to oversee what you have. I have been hoarding so much over the past years, and while decluttering my home, I discovered items that I completely forgot about. In this video, I will take you along while I move away from my beloved city apartment that has been my home for over 5 years. Will I be able to pack the essentials only, and will they fit into my new tiny home on wheels? This bike will not fit in this van. I hope it does, because a big road trip is starting soon. I will be traveling around Europe with Gaze and our adventure cat Ross and discover its hidden gems in nature. This was such a hectic moving week, as we still had to do so much, like move out the furniture in our apartment and bring a lot of stuff to the thrift store that we didn't need, store some things that were valuable to us at our parents' place, and clean out the entire apartment for the new tenants. The decluttering process started way sooner than this though. If you would have walked into our home a year ago, you would have seen my big wardrobe of 1,000 items, a lot of thrifted home decor finds, the walls covered in vintage posters and mirrors, my drawings, and so many plans. When we decided last year to plan this road trip adventure, I knew that I was never able to bring all my stuff and fit it in this van. And even though I enjoyed the presence of many of these items, I also sometimes felt overwhelmed by having so much. For example, I ran out of closet space, so I created 2 extra clothing racks made of driftwood sticks. It looked very lovely, but this was also the room where I needed to hang my washed and newly purchased clothing. I've only thrifted this one recently. This meant that most times, every inch of this room was filled with clothes, 2 washing racks standing against each other, with absolutely no space to move around. Owning so much stuff also means that you need to take care of the items by maintaining them when they break, clean off the dust, and of course, appreciating them. The more you own, the harder this gets. Last year I reached the point where I felt so much weight from all of these things. I made it my mission everything I kept should fit in our new tiny home on wheels. I sold so many of my clothes and home decor pieces through Vinted, and after half a year I had already decluttered half of my wardrobe. Past months, we also sold or donated much of our furniture, but not our mattress, as this is the most comfortable mattress ever, and the new mattress would be really expensive.
Oh ja, weet je nog wel dat ene matras boven hadden staan? Dat was daar toen als kitten steeds in ging klimmen.
We decided to cut it to size, so it will fit in our van perfectly. But right after Gaze started cutting, he found something troubling. We weren't aware that we had a metal spring mattress, but we decided to proceed with the job anyways. And we managed to find a creative solution quite well. We have this mattress extension piece that we can fold away in our fan when it's not in bed mode. There were a few things that we did decide to store between our families, like some photo books and pieces that were very dear to us. And the hardest decision for me was my dear Singer sewing machine. Oh, how badly I wanted to bring him. The past 2 years I have been learning how to sew, and I've been really challenging myself with some sewing projects. Like making this jacket, this skirt, or sewing new bench covers and window covers for our van. But while moving all this stuff into the van, I quickly realized that it wasn't going to fit. Because bringing the sewing machine isn't just bringing the machine. It is also bringing an iron pad, tools and fabrics.
Ja, ik zal even het zonlicht houden.
I also love crocheting and knitting. So for now I decided to stick to a bag of yarn and my crochet and knitting needles that are much more lightweight and compact. Another belonging of mine, which I find really hard to part with, is my bicycle. I got it for my birthday, I think 2 or 3 years ago. And I've been cycling on it nearly every day since. But unfortunately, I have to replace it because this bike will not fit in this van, as we only have this small area left for something like a bike. So let me show you what I purchased. It is this second-hand foldable bike, which is very compact and fits exactly in that spot over there. We were in doubt if we could just attach our regular bikes on the back of the van, but it is already 7 meters long and quite hard to park. Over here are some shower supplies and our shower buckets. I also made some shower curtains. I can attach a rope from there to there, so this entire area will be our bathroom. And then my clothing collection. Will everything fit in this tiny closet space? So, like I told you, last year it consisted around 1,000 items, as I have been collecting so much over the past years. I love to thrift and I was kind of addicted to checking my Vinted app every day. I reshared the items that didn't fit me perfectly, that I hadn't worn for a long time, or that weren't matching my other pieces. I wanted to keep the items that were suitable for living in a van, so I kept the clothes that were very practical and comfortable and that I could wash easily. I also kept this lovely cotton and linen blend Lintico blouse that was gifted to me because the fabric is so airy and so breathable. I can easily wash it by hand and it will dry so quickly. There was a big heat wave last week and I was so happy I took their gingham skirt with me as well for this same reason. You can get 10% off their website using the code LinticoSTFR when using the link in the description of this video. Okay, the final review. Will my decluttered wardrobe fit my van? I am so happy it does. This collection you see here is my travel wardrobe. It includes my absolute favorite dresses, flowy trousers, things I crocheted myself, and some lovely summer tops and bikinis. But where did all my knitwear go? You may wonder.
So my knitwear is hidden in a secret spot over here.
It is in these pillowcases. This way I was able to bring around 10 jumpers and cardigans. Although this first week I definitely didn't need them because it's been so warm.
So I won't have to miss my favorite Amana cardigan.
We are planning to do lots of camping in remote places and follow the sun. Our plan is to slowly travel to the east of Europe and aim to stay in the forests of countries that aren't densely populated. We will travel towards Czech Republic, the south of Poland, Slovakia first, and see from there. If you'd like to follow along, make sure to subscribe. I will do a full tour of our van soon. Thank you so much for watching. See you later. Bye!